Okay, got the new laptop set up, got the chapter all ready. Let's start. Okay, everybody, welcome to the first of the Starfleet vlogs. I'm Bringer, your wonderful host. So let's get started. Part 1, Prologue. Lightning Dawn, the victor of so many battles and the pride of Starfleet and the United Equestria. A pony who never let adversity get him down. Problem with this, if the adversity never gets him down, how can we know if anything really affects him? I mean, even Peter Parker has problems. And then again, I'm the guy who loves Spider-Man. But please, I digress. He and his friends face so many obstacles. Okay, I'm marking you down a point here for using the term so many twice. It's called a thesaurus, look it up. Challenged his enemies and suffered many hardships. Boom crap! Yet through the efforts of courage, teamwork. I'm sorry, I can't continue on with the teamwork bit. I'm sorry. I'll continue fizzing before I fizz the rest of this problem. And believe in themselves. Okay, I'm docking you a point here. That's belief in themselves. Believe is present tense. And of their friends, they crushed all evil that shared to show its face throughout the galaxy. Okay, where do I even begin with that little paragraph alone? In the previous 3 seasons, plus the 2 movies that we're on, we don't really see that much in the way of teamwork during the final battles. Oh, sure, occasionally we have the occasional, hey, here's my attack, let my attack help you, or the occasional plan. However, that isn't really teamwork. That's just more of, okay, here's how we work together to solve this problem before we let lightning do the finisher. Or most of the time, it's also before we let character of the day, which most of the time it's Raimi or Lightning. Actually, now that I think about it, if I were to look back at the previous seasons, let's see. Season 2 had a lot of its episodes focused more on Fratello than anything else, and Season 3 was also had devoted a lot of its time to Twilight before she died. And even then, we only had 1 episode dedicated to the twins. That's a self. When doing the reboot season, worked something with the twins. Check that off. The idea that there's teamwork here falls short. Mainly because we don't really see that. Now, in comparison, we have things like Sentai, where we see people actually working together to assist each other. You have things like, say, the Sailor Moon, where we actually see the Senshi performing attacks beforehand. We actually could see their teamwork. Here, it's rare to actually see it other than just boost up. And even in the finale, the final battles, all we see is Grand Celestial Ruler takes down the big bad, and meanwhile, Lightning and the others just go, hooray. And maybe they'll contribute their energy attacks. In case you haven't believed me, remember, Season 1, everybody contributed their energy attacks to Grand Celestial Ruler. Season 2, Grand Celestial Ruler fought Fratello, beat the big bad, Chrysalis thus gave up. Season 3, Lightning gets Anticorn mode. Grand Celestial Ruler beats them. Most of the time, the gods enter the fray and really take away any development or hardships that these guys may encounter. It doesn't help that in the reboot of Season 1, and yes, I have actually sat through all that, in the reboot of Season 1, They have hardships, but we never see it really affect them. Starla loses a mother. Eh, we don't get back to it in later seasons. Buddy has to deal with the fact that he's a single father. Not really impressive. Artie. I think Artie has an episode later on that's going to make me really love him. But don't bet on that. It doesn't really affect him. Hardships need to be something bigger. Applejack's pride, Rainbow Dash's ego, those are hardships. This is just, it's no big deal. It's kind of like if you told me, I just lost my arm. You did? How horrifying. No big deal. I can still write one-handed. Never use that arm anyway. Doodles! See? Does it really work? Well, moving on. Lightning had managed to unlock the legendary powers of the Inticorn to smite his foes. Oh, sorry. No comment there. Smite is just a really fun word. But even the greatest of powers has its flaws. And just as evil falls into the hands of goodness. That line was so lame, I think it gave me cancer. And as always, there's ways of coming back. Goodness or evil? Or even the strangest of places. Yeah, like in between my toesies here. But I blame Starfleet for giving me. I was quadruped again. Okay. Problem with this prologue. We already know all this. We're fans of the show. We stayed here this long and we're by season 4. We don't need all this information. We don't need this. And if we're a newcomer, then that's what exposition's for. That's what somebody goes, oh, you unlock this ability, and then flashback. That's what helps attract the new viewers. Doing all this just feels rather pointless. And this feels like you're just adding a chapter for no apparent reason than just doing that. By the way, it does not really annoys me anymore. High above the rooftops of New Ponyville was a strange creature that appeared in the night skies. A demon. Why? Another demon? Why? Look, guys. If you watch plenty of Sentai or Cinnamon series like I have, you'll know that demons, 9 times out of 10, are just shorthands for MOTWs. Which means not very strong and not really that frightening. Hell, even if you play certain games like Doom, demons are just usually the first level opponents you fight. It doesn't help that it seems to be the author's shorthand for always a demon. It's always a demon. The last time it was, changelings, but most of the time it's a demon. Why not something from inside Equestria? That would be far more scary. A spiteful humanoid with pale skin and pointy ears and long black hair like a rock star. Gene Simmons? He wore a simple black and red tight suit with a red cape. Oh my. And on his forehead was a strange mark. A black crescent moon with 3 stars around it. Ring, 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 ring. My cell phone's ringing. Didn't know I got calls here. Oh, it's from Prince Diamond of the Black Moon Clan. Hello? Will you please tell the idiot to stop stealing my clan's insignia? Right. Sorry about that, folks. Wasn't expecting to get phone calls during this vlog. And 2 red sinister-looking eyes right in his hair. Blink. It looked like he belonged to some sort of cult. Or he looked like an evil rock star groupie. Wait a minute. I sometimes wear tattoos of my favorite rock bands. Are you saying I'm part of a cult? He just levitated in midair while gazing around all he could see, scoffing. So this is what United Equestria used to be like. How pathetically primitive. No matter. My orders are clear. Destroy it all. But rather than immediately do so, why? He just vanished, so it was gone. Wow, real powerful general over there. I was told to destroy everything, but I think I'll just let it be for now. Toodles! See you later. I don't really want to just end this off with a prologue. But first things first, I need to make a note here. Note to self, in next season, find better use for the narrator. That gives me an idea. Anyway, let's move on to episode 1. So that way I can feel like you guys have more than enough for a first episode, because I don't feel like that prologue really did anything. Again, prologues are useful in stories, but for shows like this, not necessarily, especially if you stayed with the series for this long. Any newcomer just needs to have exposition. Well, let's move on with episode 1, Power Problems. Better call it on attrition. Episode 1. Just couldn't wait for the Star Wars gag, could ya? Nope. Just had to do it right now. And you just... 3 months have passed since the defeat of King Sombra and the tragic death of Twilight Sparkle. Okay. What is the timeline between events on this show? I know that in my world, we know that Starfleet's been around for about 9 or 10 years or so. So long enough for Leone and Castor, those poor kids, to at least live long enough to have something to do with Sunset. But here, the timeline just does not make any sense. According to this, it's 3 months. Later on, in later seasons, we find out that this has all been going on for 5 years. Somehow, Castor and Leone gained the ability to talk within that sort of amount of time. Yeah. At this point, I'm pretty positive I remember they had the ability to at least say something. So, and Starfleet has only been around for 1 year. If Celestia and Celesto got children at that point, and 1 year after that, that was Twilight Sparkle's death, it should only be about 2 or 3 at this point, only saying basic words, but certain points later in seasons, when they should still only be that age, we're seeing them say full sentences. The timeline makes no sense on this thing. A magical dimensional planet. Nope, I'm gonna say a word. If I'm going to complain every time I read dimensional planet, I'm going to be here all day. Let me just say, dimensions don't equal planets, and you can't say that this is solely an alternate dimension, because that makes no sense, because that spits in the laws of physics. It's like trying to say that, oh, we can breathe in water because there's air water. And we don't have gills. I was invaded by a pack of savage beasts from other planets that had come with no lens and attention to cause trouble and steal goods for the planet. Not that! Not cause trouble! Why, they might steal our lunches! Or kick over trash cans! Or steal plushies! Or shit. Grab my figure arts and lose an important hand. Not cause trouble! Anything but that! And steal goods from the planet. Oh, okay, so I'll give you that one. And they were also looking forward to confronting Starfleet. Okay, show, work with me on this. If the bad guys know Starfleet's supposed to be big and bad, if the planet of Equestria knows that Starfleet's supposed to be the baddest thing on the planet, then why are they bothering? The wild animals consisted of Major Claw, a huge bear, a big bull. Okay, class, let's talk about semicolon usage. No! Shut up, you're all over something. Semicolons are usually used to break a sentence. You do not use semicolons to block out descriptions. Here's the way the sentence looks like to me, a reader. Major Claw, a huge bear, big bull. You make it look like huge bear and big bull, the subject, is being described as a huge bear, not a huge bear is describing Major Claw. You need to lose the semicolon. Otherwise, I'm just going to think that big bull is the huge bear. A minotaur, big fist. You spent all day thinking of those names, didn't you? A gorilla, Adam Harpy, a hawk creature. You know, harpies do exist on Equestria, but I'm just going to mark that down as possible idea. A hawk creature, and Stomper, an elephant. I say, I feel quite ejected about this horrible name. I prefer to be called Fontes the Brave. All five of them had landed in the grounds of New Ponyville. You know, that still brings up a point that annoys me. Why the heck have we yet to see any names from Unicorpia? I mean, why not New Orange Range? Or why not New White Town? Or New Black Mountain? You know, those kind of places. Where is the culture from Starfleet? So far, all we got is war, technology, special equipment, transform to these hideous abominations, and that's it. We've got nothing else from Starfleet other than just big bad equipment. Hell, I'm positive there's a universe of Starfleet where we don't even have the space fleet. So you're telling me that all we got was that? We give them culture, our homes, our towns. They just give us planes and armor. Something, you know, a little bit of culture, ideologies, other than they good, we bad. It just doesn't work that way. Frightening civilians and smashing their way through town. Frightening civilians! That's like one level above annoying them. We better start doing something quick. They just might move on from frightening to growling sinisterly. And then after that, holding them against their will. And then after that, mocking them. But not punching or killing the civilians. That would be a little bit too harsh. Speaking of which, what is the age range for this show again? It's pre-K to 7, right? Let me check the Wikipedia page here. Starfleet, here we go. Starfleet's age group is 10 to 14? It's okay. You could have the big bad monster slashing the civilians and you don't need to show blood. Sentai does this all the time. Just have the monster slice the human and he falls down. No need for blood. No need to show injuries. Just go slash and boom, he's injuring. And smashing their way through town. Kind of like the Hulk on a stampede. Fist and Bull smash the stands and neck over lampposts. Why am I imagining the terrorization from Turtles 2 now? Monster said have fun! Fun! Look, Harry, those monsters. What are we going to do if they come over here? Let them get their own cab. Harpy and Stomper threaten all store and shopkeepers to give them their money, or they smash their homes. Oh god, this is serious. We have moved from frightening to threatened. Threatened! And any or all friends or family members. Why do I have a feeling that this is reading like a third grader's idea of what a monster attack is like? And then the big bad Godzilla stomped through all the cities and smashed all the buildings and crushed all the little towns, but not my school because I like it and I have a bunch of friends there. It's an embassy, it's right on top of Godzilla's head and got away from all my homework. Claw spent all his time terrorizing the citizens. What always gave him a kick seemed to quake and cry in fear. "Who's next?" he growled. I'm sorry, I don't know why I immediately read Dan Goldberg's voice. "You are," snarled the voice. "Descriptions fit descriptions." Claw turned around and saw Lightning and all his friends, including Spike. "Oh, huzzah! What can we ever do without Spike's assistance? We are so glad to have them." The five beasts all stood together, snickering at the fighters. If they wanted to fight Starfleet, why are they snickering at them? "Lightning Dan," hissed Claw. "You know you and your friends don't stand a chance against us. We've been receiving reports from our constant spying on you. And I gotta say, naughty, naughty. We've been training tough and learned every single one of your moves from the day you beat Titan to the day you stopped Distraught." Why does this dialogue sound familiar? The ponies and Spike all smiled cheekily. "Oh, really? Did you make sure to watch all our battles against King Sombra as well?" Who said that? Was that you, God? No, I'm kind of out of here. God's not in this. Son of a gun! "We have no need," said a harpy. "We already learned more than what we needed to know from your previous battles." Right. Then you obviously don't know that I became a super saiyan on Fleet Namek. What? What the heck's up now? And suddenly, Goku concentrated before letting out a roar of anger, transforming into a golden-haired warrior. Oh, I'm sorry. For some odd reason, I suddenly got this image of my favorite saga back on DBZ. "Oh boy, are you guys in for a shock," said Rainbow Tess. "You don't obviously know, but our friend Lightning happens to be an Enticorn." Which sounds unbelievably stupid. Note to self, save that for last. The Beakers looked confused, and Stomper asked, "Dial, what's an Enticorn?" Look, unless one of those beasts is in fact a short little round looking clown thing, and the other is a old guy with the Red Ribbon Army logo, I don't want to hear it. Lightning stepped forward. "I'll show you." He clenched his fists and concentrated hard. Oh no, if we're going DBZ logic, it's going to take episodes before he transforms. What's this? "Stop using old DBZ memes. They aren't funny anymore." Frack! There goes my over 9,000 gag. His golden horn glowed brightly. His entire bite was bathed in a golden flash of light. He transformed into his most powerful form. All the citizens nearby gazed in awe. Awe! It says awe! A-W-E! Ooh! That's better. At the sight of Lightning's new form. Kyrie King .deviantart. Oh, for crying! Did he try to insert a page image into the middle of this? It doesn't work as a script format. It doesn't work as a shell format. And all it does is break the momentum of the story. Luckily, I will proceed to actually look up the Enticorn form. Okay, looking it up and... Oh my god, you're kidding me, right? It looks like Alien X from Ben 10. It's just so stupid looking. You based your most powerful form off of the worst alien in all of Ben 10, the most wimpiest, lousiest alien in his whole entire repertoire. The spiky hair. Oh god. No. What gets me is that if you look closely at this image, guys, there's a teeny tiny little frowny face on there. That shows he's serious, yo. Oh god. It's the frown that gets me, guys. It's a little bitty frown. It's like, Why do I want him to start speaking with a high-pitched squeak? "I am Enticorn! Fear me!" God. Okay. Note to self. Pointing out everything wrong with this line. A shining white and golden glowing humanoid entity. Which, judging from the image, doesn't really work as a super mode, because he looks so different from his previous state. When you do a good super mode, you need to actually have something that actually shows what the character actually looks like beforehand, so that way we know it's linking up. If you told me that was Lightning Dawn, I would just be looking at you confused. The beasts could hardly believe their eyes. Some of them were quaking nervously. From laughter, of course.
"Oh yeah?"
cried Claw.
"Well, looks ain't everything. Let's get 'em!"
You guys are the ones that see Superman standing in front of you and go, it's only the Man of Steel.
Let's get 'em!"
His teammates all stood together and looked ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble. The lightning stood where he was glaring and growling at them, and his glowing became brighter. You know, I think there's a little bit too many G's here. Fist went first. Oh, you mean the character name Fist. Sorry, it's just that these guys have left such a huge impact on me as MLTWs that I really remembered their names and remembered who they are. Remember, folks, if you're going to do even a bunch of random MLTWs, make sure they at least leave a little impact so that way we, the viewer, can go, oh, he's punching him. I don't know who these guys are, because all I got earlier was just terrified growling, snarling, and hooting. It aimed a big punch at Lightning, but had barely touched him. Lightning or him? You know, I tried putting this fanfic onto Grammarly, but it exploded.
Push it!
When Lightning merely swung his arm and created sound waves that blasted him far back. Did he swing his arm at him, or did he swing his arm? Will somebody please help out with the choreography on this? I want to be invested in this fight. I want to enjoy it. But the way these things are described, I barely can see what's going on. Okay, here's one paragraph without commentary, and let me show you what the problem is. The beasts were beginning to grow outraged, as well as terrified, but Lightning's friends thought this fight was a shoo-in, especially seeing as Lightning had hardly put up a fight. The beasts all lunged out, punching and kicking hard, but in a bright flash of light, Lightning, unharmed, thrusted his arms out, knocking them all away from him. See, I barely got a sense of what's going on, if this is actually a good fight, if this is actually tough, or if this is easy for Lightning. I barely have a sense of anything going on, other than everybody's attacking him. Woo? Easy? Way to go, Lightning, Starlight called out to him. Suddenly, things started to get heated up. Forgot to turn off the heater again. His Lightning seemed to be more aggressive than ever. He marched over to Stomper, yanked him by the trunk, and threw him like a hammer throw far, far away. What's a hammer throw?
I think it's another one for Kista.
Ball and Cool saw that, and dashed angrily at Lightning, only to get punched really, really hard. Lightning, what are you doing? Applejack called out, but Lightning acted as he couldn't hear him, and continued to mercilessly beat up the bad beast. Question from the audience? Until his friends finally realized he was out of control. Hey, Vic! Stop! Episode, stop! What is the difference between what he was doing at this point as opposed to the other fights? I'm seeing no real difference here. Now, if you said he ripped the trunk off, or threw him and broke him, or broke his back, then I would say something. But right now, all I'm seeing is a normal fight scene. You're not really making it seem like he's doing anything worse than just punching the guy. Do you not see the problem here? Until his friends finally realized he was out of control. Either that or they were finally getting tired of sitting on the sidelines and letting him do it. Must have been tough playing that poker game. Okay, guys, spirit of the moment. The beasts immediately surrendered, whimpering like babies, but Lightning would still not show mercy.
Evil must die, he growled fiercely. Evil must die!
This is, of course, the one of the many catchphrases uttered by Starfleet. Ding! Evil must die. There is no redemption. You are a sinner. And of course, my personal favorite, Grand Ruler is God, and you must all worship him. The energy emanating from him was so immense with his anger that they shook the ground like tremor. The citizens began to panic. I don't know why I'm repeating myself. Finally, Lightning's friends began to dash to action. He realized he needed to be stopped. How is he acting any worse? I'm not seeing anything. Are they dead? Are they killed? All I'm seeing is him screaming out, evil must die, evil must die. Is he doing anything worse? Is he acting any different? All he's doing is just acting maybe a little more aggressive. Finally, Lightning's friends dashed into action, realizing he needed to be stopped. But he didn't really stand a chance against him since he was an Anticoran. Lightning, stop this at once! Cried Rarity. Yes, let Rarity scream it out. Why should I want his friends to actually do it? It's not like Starfleet needs any more lines of dialogue. Oh, wait, they do. Because if you note, for a show that's called Starfleet is Magic, Lightning's been getting a lot of screen time. Artie's barely had any character episodes, as well as Raimi. Okay, Raimi actually has had more character episodes than that. Buddy, Dino, and Mike have only one character-focused episode by this point, and Starla has a big old whopping 0, and won't get any until the next season. Most of these episodes have been focusing around the main 6. I'm not the only one who knows this, right? That for all this talk about Starfleet's magic, most of the time the dialogue has switched over to any one of the elements of harmony. Watch the space closely and count how many times we're actually going to get dialogue from Buddy, Artie, Raimi, or the twins. What? Pinkie Pie tried throwing rocks down. Taking a note from Killer Croc's repertoire, I see. And so it is. That's all you're getting. The rest is for my supper. But Lightning stomped his foot, sending an underground surge through the dirt, erupting right beneath her feet. Don't you have wings now? Yeah, but I don't like them. Lightning's friends go out their weapon. That line is so stupid, I don't even have a joke for it. I tried their best to hold him down, but Lightning actually destroyed all their weapons. Whoa! It didn't even give them any openings to transform. It's no use! Cried Buddy Rose. Nothing we have can stand up to him. Let's try our combined attacks together, suggested Artie. They all stood together and unleashed their attacks. Pulsar Laser! Leaf Swarm! Paint Bomb! Drill Quill! Boom Boom Rockets! I realize I did like that better than I showed with this fic. But, yeah. The other ponies stood together and charged up their powers for the elements of harmony within them. And those powers would be... I was like, what do the attacks look like? Because you say Pulsar Laser, all I'm seeing is Starla holding up a little gun and going, bing, 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 bing. At least Storm, all I'm seeing is a bunch of leaves coming from a Bulbasaur. But, hey, I'm not a fan of the show. Charged up their power. And fired the Harvey beam straight at Lightning. You made a rainbow of white? But Lightning stood where he was and countered it with a blast of... I like to say that these spelling mistakes are not mine. They're actually in the story. Look! But Lightning stood where he was and countered with a blast of Uniforce. The two forces were equal in strength at the start, but Lightning roared angrily, intensifying his power and sending the blast back. Yes, if there's anything I learned from all my years of Sentai watching, is that when you roar, your strength increases by tenfold! Oh no, here we go! Here we go now! Swing your arms from side to side, da, 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 da. Come on now, do the Mario! My apologies, I will never do that joke again. On this chapter... Crying Rami, as to blast him all in a big explosion. They went all flying in different directions and crashed on the ground. Aye! That's it! You can say that again, groaned Mike. I would give out Dino's name, but you probably didn't even notice. Lightning began to make his way towards his fallen friends and grabbed Starla by the arm, holding her off on the ground. You know what made this seem better is if there was energy flowing and he had more snarl. We need emphasis. We need to see true anger and rage in this scene. All I'm getting is just, he began to walk towards her. You could be skipping for all I know. Lightning, no! Cried Starla. Don't do it! Fireshine's eyes filled with tears of fright. Lightning, she's your wife! Why do you think I'm about to do this? Lightning just roared at her, and she hid behind. She hide, he hide. Spike, of all creatures. Oh, God. This Vic has determined to insult Fireside in so many ways, he's even trying to make fun of poor little Spike. Note to self, trying to find something else to do with Spike other than make him a warrior. Starla! Cried Spike. Lightning, please, don't do it! Starla squealed like a pig as Lightning poised his hand ready to blast her. He charged up and fired and Starla! He screamed as he bolted upright in bed. That whole sequence was a dream? We finally had some really good, in-depth, personal trauma, and that whole sequence was a dream! Find my center. 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 His scream woke his wife of 3 months. Major Starler sign. Remember that title, people. It is very, very important that we know her rank. Lightning? She cried as he flicked on the light. Are you okay? Do you need a back rub? Belly rub? Do you want me to give you a mouth present? Krista woke up as well and fluttered over to him. Krista? Lightning and Starla are married. Why in the ever-celestial loving to Tartarus are you there in their room? Is there, something I should know between you two? Some sort of relationship here? Because all I'm thinking is, right now, Krista likes to watch. And furthermore, Krista, don't you have a kingdom to run? Don't you have another planet to live on? Don't you have a husband? A little adopted kid? Son? I don't think you rather properly explained it. Take just popped out of nowhere, so for all I know, he's your adopted kid. Why are you there in his house? Is it a sleepover? Are you sleeping above his bed in a little dollhouse? Why are you still there? I mean, not that I don't mind Krista Lightning showing up, because Krista's relationship with Lightning is actually utterly fascinating, but it makes no sense for Krista to be here in this scene. Lightning hardly said a thing. He was so relieved to find he was at home and his wife next to him, unharmed. Galloping galaxies! Yes, this is still appropriate time for your catchphrase. Note to self, ditch Lightning's catchphrase! He cried softly and gazed down at his hands, quaking with fear. Starla and Krista could tell he had another nightmare about the fact that he seemed to have so little control of his Enticorn powers. I would so love to have seen that. Of course, there was no battle between the beasts, and everyone found out this safely during a test many weeks ago. I would love to have seen that. You didn't even need to use the whole entire dream sequence. You could have used this scene for that training sequence, and you would have lost no word count, no mistakes, and you would have been fine. They all been training at the Royal Palace Dojo in New Canterlot to see just how powerful Lightning really was as an Enticorn.
Yes, because we have one of those. Don't ask me where we got it. Don't ask me how we put it in. Just know we got a Royal Palace dojo. We could have had a ballroom, but Grand Ruler threw that out the moment he decided he didn't like tea parties. But as it turned out, unlike the battle against Sombra, the creature's anger was out of control. He just kept eating and eating and eating. His consciousness and judgment were partially subdued, as he seemed to had to... A stupid tongue twister. Judgment were partially subdued, as he seemed to had to... Where's the finger on this thing when you need it? Oh, that's my problem. I keep reading the word had when it should be have developed. An extreme hatred for all evil, claiming it should all die, and anything that supported it should die. Again, kind of not like the Starfleet quota here. Ever since then, Lightning has had been constant nightmares about losing control and hurting his friends and loved ones. Not that! Not hurting them! And being more of a danger than a help to his planet. He was practically scared of his own self and what he was capable of doing. Which means we're not going to see it pop up that much in the show, are we? We're going to probably, most likely, get referenced once, and then he's immediately going to get fixed up. Kind of like Starla's whole entire medical eating issues. Normally, Lightning didn't let nightmares get to him like this.
He barely lets anything get to him like this.
But just like everyone, he wasn't completely devoid of feeling emotional when it got really, really deep. Yeah, problem, Lightning. I checked the rules of the show, and according to this, you're not allowed to cry really, really hard, not allowed to be overly mad, overly sensitive, overly laughter, or overly anything that involves emotions beyond being angry. I said, hell, you're not even allowed to cry like a normal human being. All you're allowed is to look very manly and just go, have a single tear roll down your cheek, like a man. To which I say, bullcrap on that. Starla softly wrapped her arms around him, holding him close and whispering to his ears, "It's okay. It's all right." Krista fluttered towards Lightning and covered him as well. Krista, let some freaking Lightning and Starla time. We need some time to appreciate this relationship. So, want us to believe more in the whole entire Lightning and Starla relationship? Then calmly have the little fairy out of the picture, like this. This way we can believe it. As it stands, I don't really believe this relationship because you've got Krista joining in. It makes me more curious as to why Krista's there, and is there something I should be questioning about the relationship? Things I shouldn't be answering. Things I shouldn't be thinking about. Pancakes. The thing that did comfort Lightning was the fact that he could control the transformation at will, but he didn't know what was going wrong with it now. So, you could get ready to transform at will, you can summon up when necessary. Then what's the problem? Just wait until everybody's out of range, morph, let it do its thing, then calm down. It's like having the Hulk on speed dial. It's not much of a problem. Nobody knew the answer to this. It's called tranquilizers. How could he control it like he did when he faced Sombra? Why do I have a feeling that the answer is going to be easily answered within the next 10 episodes? No. I'm willing to bet you all anything. It's going to be easily answered within the next 5 to 10 episodes. Watch. Either that, or it's going to be answered near episode 15. Lightning felt like it best not to transform into an Anticorn. I just hope nothing out there will make me have to become it again, he said to the girls, and how little he realized that trouble was not very far away. Well, thank you for breaking the tension there for one whole minute. As the night continued on, I can only imagine what Starlight and Lightning were doing during that night. Parcheesi, of course. The dark stranger was relaxing in a tall tree after having explored more of the planet. Why did I decide to walk the entire distance? This planet's more pitiful than I thought, he said to himself. Conquering this world would be like taking candy from a baby. Well, not a dragon baby. That one hurt. He reached into his belt and pulled out a single black card. The ace of spades? On the back was a mark, the same marking on his forehead. Pick a card, Anne. We're going to need it if we want to get energy from the Doom Tree. Okay. What? I remembered all the songs from Sailor Moon's dub. Don't mock me. On the front was a beautiful artwork of a tiger creature. Artwork done by Alex Ross? How did we get him on here? With spikes on his back and fiery flame size stripes in his fur. I give this MOTW a ding! 3 out of 5 on descriptions and ding! 4 out of 5 on interesting design and a ding! 1 out of 5 for the spikes. God, you don't need to add spikes on everything just to make it look interesting. You don't see Marvel. Okay, let me change that. What is this, the 90s? Spikes are not always interesting. Dude! Spikes are like totally interesting on everything. You want to make something look like it's rad? You put spikes on it. If you want somebody to know how it's awesome, you put spikes on it. Spike gloves, spike bats, spike everything, man. I even have a pair of spiked t-shirt. Must be very hard to wear. No, man, I just wear it when I need to, bro. It's like totally awesome. How do we get 90s Kid on this show? The next morning. All the ponies and other creatures were out doing their daily routineness. Routineness? That is not a word! You could not tell me you actually solved that on... No. Give me a sec here. It's a word. It's a freaking word. Routineness. Noun. The dull regularity of events or actions. The routineness of life. I'm running so much today. I don't know how that happened. All the while, the pony friends gathered outside the Cakes Cafe at their usual tables for breakfast. You mean Sugar Cube Corner. It's not a cafe. Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally read that wrong. At the Cakes Safe. Well, I knew Raimi was hurting for money, but I didn't think they needed to rob the cakes. You mean Sugar Cube Corner? The place where they go to? Piggy's place of work? That place? Lightning and Starlo were the last ones to arrive. Ooh, morning colors. The gang could tell they were coming by the way other ponies would stop and gaze up as Lightning came, dressed in his fancy new uniform. That's right, no civilian clothes for this man. He's going to have to walk around in his freaking out uniform. Yep. No civilian clothes for Lightning Dawn. If he's coming down the street, you'll know that he exists. Why? Because he'll wear his uniform 24/7. The problem with this is putting Lightning way above his pay grade and is really, really making it look like that he's more important than everybody else. I know that when Twilight became an alicorn, we ponies of Equestria didn't act too much for it, didn't act, with reverence that she was walking down the street, or we put prostrate ourselves. That's because she didn't show it that much. She didn't put herself on that pedestal. She wanted to be like everybody else. That is part of who she was as a princess, a part of who she was as a character. She never saw herself above everyone else. She never saw herself above any pony else. She had modesty. Granted, from what I've learned when I talked to her friends, that was to a fault, and she could have stood to be a little less modest. But there was one thing Twilight always was modest. She never believed herself to be above everyone else. When I see that Lightning is walking down the street in a dazzling super new uniform and everybody's looking up, I don't see a man of the people. I see Grand Ruler's new toy walking down the street and we all have to worship him. That we have to all reverence him. The writers of this show try to tell me Lightning's not being a bully, that Starfleet doesn't try to show off how important they are, and they don't want to think that they're better than every pony else, or they're just relaying the facts. Well, here's a fact for you. When you have your main character walking down the street in his spazzy new uniform, and you have the following two lines from the people, it's him. Oh, he's so handsome. Not only does that make it seem like he is showing off his superiority, but he's inwardly bullying everybody else by saying that I'm better than you are. He should have ditched the uniform and walked around in just his civilian clothes. Then I wouldn't believe that he's trying to be a superior being. Then I wouldn't believe that he's a Nazi. However, what this is, all I can think of is Sig Heil. Whispers were exchanged back and forth as Commander Lightning passed them. Shh! What is with that outfit? Shh! I wonder who designed it. I wonder why he gets off. Is that his trophy wife? Yeah. I wonder how long he's going to stay married to her. I give it 2 weeks. Nah, I'll give it to some deranged multidimensional conqueror comes by and kidnaps her. Man, what a loser. 2 little colts came up to him and asked for his autograph, and Lightning was only too obliged to give it to him. Wow, how modest. I am so grateful for our hero who actually takes the time to actually not admit how awesome he is. You know, this type of thing works for Booster Gold or other heroes who would do this, but not for this. Is this supposed to be in Lightning's character? Is he supposed to be hogging all the fame and glory? Does he like saying that he's the biggest, baddest thing in the world? Can he allow himself? Well, look who's Mr. Popular. Buddy Rose teased as Lightning and Starlet sat down. Lightning smiled softly as he took off his cap, but had a hard time getting comfortable with his seat and his cape getting in the way. Then why not take it off? Oh wait, why does his cape be getting in the way? Watch! Bloop. Just put the cape on the back. You think that's hard? Try sitting upright with these wings in the way. These things are not easy. He struggled to adjust it. How does Grand Ruler do this so easy? He muttered. Aren't you guys happy I haven't lost my raise due to the fact that the author has yet to press the enter button every time there's a new speaker? Guess you guys are taking my happy pills today. Couldn't you just take it off? Asked Rainbow. Rainbow Dash speaks for us all! Lightning shook his head. Starfleet Code, as SAC, Supreme Allied Commander. I need to do some research for a sec. So, Starfleet's NATO. I have to wear my uniform as is. The most I can take off usually is my cap, which I deem a good thing. Discretion as he may. It happened sometimes when he wore his cap while the weather was warm. That is utterly horrifying. You mean he has to wear that uniform the entire time? The whole time he has to wear that uniform? I guess, possible thing to remark, point out that characters have to wear that stupid uniform all the time. What? Still, the others couldn't help but he noticed seemed a little edgy. Lightning, are you okay? Artie asked. Lightning gazed at him. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just a little tired, that's all. I was up late. Wow. Prideful, ain't we? The friends knew that. Lightning's promotion to commander gave him so many extra duties. He's a duty. As well as his extra long patrols, he had tons of extra paperwork to do. Forms to fill out. He goes to the forums? Wait. If Lightning Dawn goes to the forums, has he seen my comments on the message boards? Oh, shoot. Well, as long as he doesn't go to the DBC forum. Wait a minute. L Dawn 315? That was my best friend on those Sailor Moon forums. I knew it! Meetings with Starfleet officials, and even with Grand Ruler Celestia and Queen Celestia, it all took him a while to get used to it all. That's Princess Celestia, she will be princess forevermore. But wait, why can't he be King Celestia and Queen Celestia? But with all of that, how does he have time to spend time with Starla? How does he have time to enjoy her? Also, I would really like to see all these extra duties being piled up on him. I mean, saying that a character has duties off screen is okay for them to get off the channel, but over here, especially in a more mature story, I'm going to put that in quotations, mature story, this is not okay. I would like to see these duties. But all these duties also seem to be very, very excuses. But Starla knew he had to say it. He had another nightmare. Lightning felt every single one of the others gaze him with concern. Blink, blink. Stop looking at me! Not another one, said Spike. Really, Lightning? Added Verity. Lightning looked grimly at them. I'd like to point out that right now Starla and Rarity and Spike are the ones showing the most concern for this guy, while his so-called friends have said zilts. Lightning looked grimly. You guys say that and look at me like I can actually do something about it. Well, for one thing, you just take it easy, said Dino. See, as long as you don't transform everything may be fine.
Lightning, we understand how concerned you are about this, but fretting about it isn't doing any good.
I think the actress playing Fluttershy read the wrong line of dialogue. This line sounds more like it's appropriate for Applejack, not Fluttershy. Did the director who do this episode just say,
we'll fix it in post.
Her cult friend, Raimi, nodded and said, ugh. Sorry, folks, it still sends shivers down my spine every time I read that line of dialogue. I know the road seems harsh and without much hope, but we all know with these new powers you'll learn to cope. Well, bravo, Raimi. Bravo. Your friend is in need of help here. He's in dire moral straits, and your advice? You'll learn to cope. I did not know that giving psychological advice was so powerful. Lightning rolled his eyes and sighed, having heard all these concerned speeches enough times already. I appreciate everyone's concern, but it doesn't exactly help me. I'm sorry for that bit of bad acting. I needed to put it's a capital M. He said, how can I control it? It isn't even safe to study. Why not just go on a barren planetoid and do it there? You know, away from the people. You have space bridges. You can just fly to a random planetoid that's barren. You have space bridges. You have alternate dimensions. You have locations. He remembered again how he managed to remain controlled during the final fight of Sombra. But then again, back to the simulations in which he totally lost it and made a big mess of things. Again, something we could have seen. Smashing the walls and blasting at the floors. Not smashing walls and blasting floors! Shameful. Even looking at his friends in a threatening manner, fearing he could have killed them. Probably he saw the evil in Raimi. Not to self filled up on that. To him, this new gift felt like a curse. A demon inside of him that wanted something. But he couldn't figure out what. Even though his power could physically increase after every battle, there was just too much risk involved. How could this happen to me? He sighed heavily as his head dropped forward. God, I wish this actually felt more impactful. But right now, it feels like you are dropping an entire season's worth of character drama onto us. It feels like you're dropping multiple episodes worth of character development, and yes, I use that naughty word on this show, development, and struggle all in one episode. This is getting too much here. We need time to see how much this is affecting Lightning. We need time to see how this is actually giving him a struggle. We need him to actually see this affecting him negatively. Right now, it's just a whole season's worth of this dumped onto one episode. We have 22 minutes to fill. He sighed heavily as his head drooped forward. Book! Ow! Starla lifted his head up and gazed deeply into her husband's eyes. It's okay, she said softly. He smiled at her. Think about it. Bounced a giggle of excitement, nearly spilling everyone's foods. Take it easy there, Planky, said Applejack. Yes, because there's one thing I know Pinkie Pie to do, and that's spill food. It's not like she has been able to balance things on that impossibly poofy maid of hers. How does he even do that?
Sorry, can't help it. I just love it when someone smiles after being so down.
She practically fluttered her new Pegasi wings like a hummingbird.
I hate them. I hate my wings. They're so wrong. I want them gone.
Pinkie, Rarity, and Applejack had been training a lot, and were finally getting used to having their new wings and being able to fly. Again, this would have been nice to see in a montage. You could have ditched that whole dream sequence. I get it. You want to be able to do something within 22 minutes. I get that. Here's the problem. There's a lot of chaff here that you could have cut that could have been spent with these scenes and all these character interactions. You have the tools before you. But, again, you dumped an entire season's worth of Lightning having to deal with the conflicts of his transformation on us. You have dumped an entire season's worth of Applejack, Pinkie, and Rarity getting used to those abominations. Now we're left with this. Finally getting used to being able to fly. Also trying to get used to the fact that he had them and he just wanted to crush them. Note to self, new season. Get rid of them one by one. But so far, all have been rather calm the past 3 months. Okay, Vic. I want you to show that. There better be scenes of Pinkie, Rarity, and Applejack flying high and kicking butt. If not, I will be miffed. No serious threats or dangers had occurred. Nothing more than simple petty crooks being caught and arrested, and domestic disturbances being here and there. So, stuff that the police can handle. You guys don't need to be there. You know, Equestria does have a police force. They're kind of nice guys. I'm buddies with one. Yet, Starfleet remained on constant and continuous alert for anything to happen at all. Yes, because ever since Starfleet came, our days have been so peaceful. It's not like almost every other month we have to deal with some sort of demonic threat or MLTW that wants to destroy us all. Ditch MLTWs for next season. Suddenly, there was a loud sound and it heard off in the distance. Pew! Followed by a flock of birds flying away in panic. And ladies and gentlemen, a flock of seagulls! And I ran so far away. I just ran, I ran all night and day. Couldn't get away. The alarms went off, and all the civilians began to run for shelter before the force fields were raised. Yes, those wonderful, wonderful little force fields. Those happy little force fields that somehow just protect everything. Who needs collateral damage and things like consequences in our actions when we have force fields? Whoa. Lightning grabbed his cap and said, "Let's check it out." And he and the others flew off towards the area. Rarity carried Spike in her arms. That must have been remarkable for poor little Spike. Soon they arrived at the area, but it was a terrible sight that turned their bloods cold. It doesn't help that one of them is cold-blooded, actually. Galaxies! Lightning exclaimed. Oh yeah, when I write the new season, I am definitely dissing the catchphrase. What in the name of buying apples? Peeped Appleton. Guys, griffins peep. Children peep. Appleton would not peep. But, can we ditch the whole entire idea of Applejack using these colloquialisms because they're annoying? It can't be, cried Rarity. The others were all shocked. The force field's still up, but the buildings that were shielded had been completely demolished. Ding! Hooray! The stores and houses looked like they had been ripped apart and burned by fire. And these were definitely not done domestic incidents. No. 1, it's alliteration. 2, something is finally happening to the city. I know I shouldn't be too happy at the worldwide destruction, but you gotta understand. I'm really glad for this. Actual collateral damage. Tony's dying. Bad things are happening. There's going to be consequences for his actions. Who knows how bad everything's going to happen, or how bad everything's going to be now. How horrible. There could be actual deaths here. There could be ponies injured. I know I'm sadistic and sounding like this, but I'm just glad that there's no consequences. All right, so let's see how bad these are going to be. Sally? That's something wrong. I'm sorry. There was proof, as there were large footprints in the ground. The soft craters made by something obviously strong. No doubt, Sherlock. The force fields didn't protect the buildings. It's impossible! Cried Krista. The others expected the building to damages remembering the stampede. The civilians had fled the area. And we lost it. You had an interesting premise, and we lost it. We're coming in, but not going out. Still, it was a mystery. I have an idea. Conquest. The footprints were also a mystery. Even Fluttershy couldn't identify them. They were a tiger. How could she not identify a tiger's footprint? It's Fluttershy. She knows what tigers look like. Or even the space alcorns. It's a tiger. How do they not know what a tiger looks like? But it was deduced that it was something that walked on full force and was defiantly ferocious. So, it was defined that it was ferocious? Even dragons don't make these kind of prints, said Spike. It's a tiger. Suddenly, they all heard a groaning sound, and they could see one pony under the mountain rubble. Oh, please tell me he's dead. In a bad way. Define bad way. Is he got a limb broken? Does he have something stabbing into him? What?
Are you alright?
Cried Fluttershy. Of course he's not alright, Fluttershy, snapped Rainbow. Lightning approached the hurt pony and softly kissed up out. Commander, Lightning, thank the galaxy it's you. I don't know. Should we really be worshiping galaxies right about now? Personally, I prefer to worship my own god, Princess Celestia. Please, can you tell me what happened here? Asked Lightning. The pony looked really pale, either from his injuries or a state of shock. I want to say it was his injuries, especially if we knew what those injuries are! I don't know. It all happened so fast. We heard the alarms. We rushed in and the shields came up. Then, all of a sudden, something hit the house, like a cannonball. I thought it was like a wrecking ball. The shields didn't protect us. Everyone panicked and we all ran out. But there was a big explosion on this side of the house. All that rubble fell on me. And I saw it. At least part of it. Saw what? What did you see? Asked Starla. The pony was shaking so hard, tears of fear came to his eyes. It was big. Big. It was sniffling around, growling. I heard the smash of other buildings. I thought I was a goner. He broke down and softly cried. Well, I thought he was going to die, but nope, he's alive. Not just self. When I destroy the force fields in the new season,
Kill civilians.
actually make there's consequences for a war. I'm not saying that everybody should die, but if we want this new threat to actually seem big, we actually need to know that there's consequences and that people are in danger. By saying things like everybody ran out or that buildings came down and only one person got hurt, not only is that not believable, not only are you trying to hide collateral damage, but you're making the threat seem less. We are less scared of the threat that's incoming. And again, you're trying to make this rated for a 10 to 14 crowd. It's okay to say that people died in a fight. It's okay to say that people got killed. Dragon Ball Z does this all the time with its collateral damage. Sailor Moon can do this. Other shows aimed for the same type of demographic can pull this off. It's okay for you to say that everybody has died. It's okay for you to say that there has been a death toll. But what also gets to me? How many people want to bet that these shields are going to, that the idea that these shields have failed isn't going to be brought up again? That in the next chapter, Celeste's going to come up with something that says, oh, we're going to make sure everybody's okay. Lightning told Krista to work the poor pony to the hospital, while David stayed behind. Krista agreed and worked herself and the pony away. No sooner had they all gone did the gang hear the sound of a faint growl. What was that? First, I felt her nerves start to go crazy. But Raimi held her hand, trying to keep her calm as the growling continued. And the finalization of the elements of harmony, our brave heroes begins again. Ugh. It's okay to show Fireside have a little bit of scaredness. It's okay to show Fireside's timidity. But then there are scenes like this that just, no. She has dealt with carnivores before, so she shouldn't be this scared. Hell, she has dealt with Severus for crying out loud. You know, the giant guard dog. She should be more curious of what type of animal that is sound. But Raimi held her hand, trying to calm her as the growling continued. And that's the only reason why Fireside is going crazy. So we can build up the Raimi and Fireside romance. That didn't need to be. Then it stopped. Everyone saw and turned and saw a large tiger creature that roared at them. Rarity screamed. And there's even a video of it that's copied straight from one of the archives of the Elements of Harmony's adventures. I refuse to play it, and I refuse to play Rarity screaming because my voice cannot reach that high. Large tiger-like creature. Okay, so let me get this straight. Fluttershy couldn't identify that as a tiger's footprint. Starfleet couldn't identify that as a tiger's footprint. They also can't identify robots. Which I find that to be a scientific inaccuracy because how could you have gone throughout the entire galaxy and not encountered a single robot species? God, I've watched sci-fi shows and robots are like the first thing you find in the first season. Fluttershy could hardly bring herself to scream. All the others winced in shock. How do you wince in shock? You can look on in shock, you can wince, but how do you wince in shock? I think it's time to work. No. Spike, you forgot to add that of everybody go, right! Because that is how you do a morph sequence. Lightning nodded. The two teams stood ready. First, Lightning's team transformed. What? No Henson phrases? No roll call?
Shame, Doc. For shame.
Starfleet, magic! Then the girls. Harmony hour, friendship power! Can I just say that was one of the stupidest roll call Henson phrases I've ever heard in my life? And I've watched Ninja Storm. Then finally Spike. Dragon power! Once all transformed, they stared the tiger down. The tiger gazed back out, growling angrily. Meow. While the dark stranger was levitating high in the sky, where he couldn't be seen from the ground and saw everything. Peekaboo! Hi! You'll soon find this battle won't be like any other Starfleet. It's just going to end up the... No. It's going to be like every other battle. They're going to throw attacks. The monster's going to fight. They're going to get hurt a little bit. The monster's going to fight some more. They're going to say something about how it's no use. He's going to be intimidating. And then they're going to find some extra last-minute trick to win. What? When Flame Stripes... Really? That's the name, not Flanger, not Tie Flame, not Tire, Flame Stripes. Why does this show come up with the stupidest things for the MLTWs? Destroys you will be one step closer to fulfilling our destiny of darkness. The ponies tried to scan Stripes with their visors, but the results turned out creature unknown, no available data. Stupid Pokedex. What? No data? Snapped Lightning. Let's try to scan for strengths, suggested Buddy Rose. Everyone tried to do that. For some strange reason, the monster actually managed to repel scanning, so everyone only scanned each other's strengths. What's going on? Asked Pinky. Probably a malfunction in the visors. They'll just sell that into the future season. No, they're working perfectly, says Starla. Something's repelling our scans. Or maybe you should just stop standing around trying to scan things. Or is the monster being nice and seeing you guys scan, and he's just going,
Oh my god, they're scanning me. I'm not ready. I need to clean up. Need to comb my fur.
do I look right? Bing, 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 bing.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille.
I'm just imagining that this monster is right now standing around waiting for them to finish scanning him while he's proceeding to have a pizza pie. The dark stranger chuckled softly. Silly ponies. Not only is your society hopelessly antiquated, but your technology is just as worthless. Tell me about it. I have seen the visors at work and they just suck. Stripes roared fiercely, and the ponies decided to fight. Let's go! Shouted Lightning. They all charged at Stripes, but the monster just curled under the ball and leapt up way high, almost out of sight. Most of the monsters confused it. Oh my god. His body fused with flubber. He's gone! Cried out Rarity. Where did he go? Asked Spike. Suddenly, Applejack looked up. Look out! She screamed and slammed down hard onto the ground, barely missing the ponies. Dang! I was kind of hoping you'd get a Starfleet member. But then he began to roll about super fast and crazy. Okay, class, once again. We need to talk about design and MOTWs for a bit. When you have a character named Flame Stripes, and you have a monster name that's supposed to be all flaming, I'm expecting firepower, not for him to turn into a freaking ball and act like Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't believe I had to tell this, and I'm not even good at making MLTWs. Around super fast and crazy, hitting everyone super hard, and dealing their super suits more than 50% of damage. Did I just read that right? Barely missing the ponies, but then he began to roll out super fast and crazy, hitting everyone hard and dealing their super suits more than 50% of damage. I'm so glad that we can actually have percentages for our opponents and that we can see how badly they're damaged by a percentage. What is this, Super Smash Brothers? Granted, I tend to think all my stories is a Final Fantasy / Shannon story, but...
Ugh. Yes, Luna Loca. What is that thing?
growled Dino. His brother might struggle to get up.
Just one hit, and I feel woozy already.
For those of you who are reading along, he said, "What is this madness?" So basically, he just repeated the same thing. Even Lightning felt the incredible strength of the beast. He kept wondering, what kind of creature is this? It's not like anything I've ever seen or heard of before. You never heard of a killer pinball tiger that has flame stripes, but it's called flame stripe, but for some odd reason it's not a fire type?
Let's try to charge them all at once, suggested Spike. Nice job, Napoleon!
Let's give it worth a shot. Let's give it what we got, agreed Raimi. And apparently everybody's on board with this plan. Everyone charged forth. The strikes began to blast them all away by swinging his claws.
You rhyme too much! You're too sensitive! You're a girl! You're too egocentric! You're too much of a badass!
Oh, that's a different message. By swinging his claws, tails, dealing more damage to everyone's suits. It wouldn't last much longer. I certainly would like to see that.
Here I come!
said Rainbow as he dashed forth, smashed right into Stripes. The Stripes glared at her and shouted,
Fire bouquet!
Finally, a fire attack! What does it look like? Firing a stream of fire straight from his mouth right at Rainbow. So it doesn't even look like a fiery flower? Engulfing her in power flames. Yow! She cried as the flames surrounded her like a cage. And you say fire bouquet. I thought you meant flower. This is not a bouquet. This is a cage. Get your terminology straight. Rarity charged forth with her horn glowing brightly as he fired a powerful magic burst. The Stripes barely got in phase and turned and growled at her. Meow! Rarity giggled nervously and began to fly the other way, with the angry tiger chasing her. Help! She screamed. Of course it would work like that. But, why not have Rarity, create gems, throw gems at it, use a gem block, something other than just flying at it and using magic? Oh, I'm sorry, this is all for comedy's sake and to make fun of the ponies. I forgot about that. But I'll only really get mad if it turns out that Spike actually does something. Rarity! cried Spike as he saw her get back up against the mouse house. Wait, did she get thrown into the demolished house, or did he get sent into the demolished house? Was he backing up against the demolished house, or was he... And Strike clawed and swiped to get... Sorry, the thought in my head's going... Come here, baby.
Dragon Knight Sabers!
Mike drew out his sword, dashed towards Stripes. Leave her alone! Dove his sword right into the tiger's backside, giving it a huge gas. Fuck you! The monster roared and turned swiftly to face Spike and began to chase him around. Please tell me he's like a little bitty mouse. I need that. Spike headed to a halt, eternal display, red ray. The Strike skilled to a halt. Dude! Skills. Both of them went at each other hard, but Spike got his sword knocked out of the way. Oh.
I'm not beaten yet. Dragon Flare!
Strike's eyes narrowed. Fire breath. The two fiery forces collided. Spike! Rarity cried. I need sincerity in my life. You know, if this was me, I would have Rarity actually have done something to Stripes, use her other magic. See, here's the thing. By saying it's a burst of magic, it could be anything. Spells are wide and varied. Saying a burst of magic could mean anything. A magical beam, prismatic spray, prismatic orb, anything. It could, for all I know, see it was firing a cantrip out. But then again, I could still see Rarity running like this. Yep. Noble Rarity, who would do anything, runs like a coward. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. The writers have gone on record saying that they hate Rarity and want to mock her. Supposedly that threw him off his feet. Everyone gasped in horror. Spike laid on the ground. It is normal for him. That's right, you stick onto the dragon form, Spike. Completely drained out. He tried to move, but he was really sore and exhausted. Oh, good. I thought he was badly injured. The monster was ready to devour the defenseless dragon. When Rarity danced over, it scooped him up in her arms. No one hurts my Spiky Wikey! Good! Now kick his ass, Rarity! I'm sorry, I really do enjoy Rarity. Lightning's team got out their weapons and tried their attacks. But Stripes dodged most of the attacks. Of course he did. See? Barely can do anything. Barely are able to handle anything. But that did make him angry. Made who angry? Oh, monster? Okay, because, you know, with all these commas here, Lightning is still the subject of this sentence. I don't believe this, cried Lightning. We're hitting him with everything we got, but it's not working! The battle continued. The more the fighters got bashed, burned, their suits powered down, leaving them weak and sore, just like Spike, while Stripes hardly suffered at all. I'm sorry this fight seems boring to me, if I sound bored and this is not interesting, because it really isn't. Heck, knowing shonen tropes like I do, Lightning's going to try the previous methods, Spencer. It's not going to work. Watch. Alright, time to turn up the heat, Lightning snarled. He charged up to fire the Uniforce. Despite the sickening feeling he had to try it. Uniforce! With great power struck the beast's heart, consuming him in a blinding glow. When the glow faded, amidst Lightning and everyone else's horrors, Stripes was still standing, covered in soot. He shook himself clean.
Here, the Uniforce didn't work! Why am I shocked by this?
That was expected. See, the force fields that conjured up the Grand Ruler's Uniforce magic, said Might. Of course.
What do we do now?
Asked Fluttershy. Stripes curled up into a ball can and did his rollout. Autobots, transform and roll out! Bashing everyone down. All their suits had powered down. Does this mean actually they're going to get badly damaged? The breathed form of fire, hurting them further. Oh my god, there might actually be something bad and horrible happening here. All up above, the Dark Stranger was laughing with glee. Oh, if only this weren't so entertaining, I'd go down there and finish them all off myself right now. Then do it! Actually attack unless you have some bigger plan or something. Does yourself make a bigger plan? Stripes kept attacking so mercilessly that Lightning couldn't stand the sight of them all. They were only getting badly hurt. I don't think they're dying. So he can feel that there was only one last hope now. So he can feel every shred of his insides warning him not to. Don't do it right now. Naughty, naughty. What choice did he had? So the others could see him standing tall and strong and began to concentrate hard. That joke was beneath me. Starla saw him. Lightning? Lightning!
No.
Don't do it! shouted Buddy Rose. But Lightning roared loudly as his body glowed brightly with his horn. And his flash, he changed to his Centicorn form. Stripes gazed around at Lightning, and the Dark Stranger gazed in shock. What? I thought you could control it. No. He just can change and transform. He can do it at will. Lightning roared loudly as his glowing flared brightly. His glowing what? Glowing toes? Work with me, Thick! Lightning! Evil must die! Die, this evil must die. As he charged at the monster, Stripes word, yoink! The lightning sprinted right back, punching the creature hard, dealing it lots and lots of damage it sent it skidding. Strikes got up. It charged at lightning, breathing its flames. But lightning stood where he was, not even flinching as the blast hit him. Instead, lightning dashed forth, kicked him high into the air as he felt himself leap up and blast him hard, sending him to the ground. And if any of you could follow that, please say so in the comments, because I didn't.
Wow, look at him go, cried Raimi.
He's going crazy, added Artie. Finally, lightning began to charge up the final blow. The ground quaked as his power increased.
Shake, or rattle and roll, a shake, or rattle and roll. Evil must die.
He shouted,
I'll try again, my boss!
Fired his super force at strikes. The tiger roared as the magic consumed him, destroying him in a big explosion.
Ooh, Petey.
He heard his response in astonishment. They saw something mysterious. When the smoke cleared and the brightness faded, they could all see something small spinning in the air, falling to the ground. Let's see.
Regret!
What? I'm not the one who wants Sailor Moon all the time.
God!
Cried Rarity. That's when the picture of a target faded away in blank. The stranger was baffled.
I'm not!
I don't believe it.
It's not possible!
He cried. Then the mark on his head began to glow red. It was a signal to tell him to return whence he came.
Here, boy! Here, boy!
Then the mark began to glow red. It was a signal to tell him to return whence he came.
Oh, this will be good,
the stranger said as he vanished and was gone. While down below, he was still hardly infatuated and continued to shout,
Evil must die! Die! Die!
And while he shouted, the ground continued to quake. More of his arrows began to shoot outward, hitting the trees, ground, and just missing his friends. Well, at least he's not punching anybody.
Lightning!
Cried Starlight, despite her injuries and the other suggestions. She got up and ran towards her husband. No, I have to do this. I actually have to make sure that I actually mean something here.
Lightning!
He turned to her, growling fiercely. He stood ready for a fight.
Evil must die!
Lightning gazed deeply at his wife.
Lightning, don't. It's okay. I'm not evil. Neither are the others. Please.
He gazed right back at his. Lightning could then feel his energy getting low, and he magically changed back to normal. But collapsed to his knees and fell to Starl's arms, exhausted and out of breath.
Blop!
Lightning?
Starla. He panted, realized what had happened. Not again. I did it again, didn't I? You know what would have made this more effective? If he actually heard her. But he didn't. So this proves to be entirely pointless. Here's King 2, and they were all very grateful Lightning destroyed a monster, saving their lives. But they hated to see them all shaken and scared, concerned about the monster and what had happened, and feeling the first signs again that the planet was going to be plunged into a war against a brand new enemy.
Yep, this is a war sequence, alright. In our next episode, the team tries their best to come up with answers to their new enemy, while at the same time, the enemy sends its head back to Equestria to attack again. Meanwhile, two hooded strangers appear on the planet and are snooping around, spying on their friends. Case has experienced a new series of trying nightmares. What are the enemy's intentions? How can our heroes face up to them? Don't miss the exciting next episode of Starfleet Magic. Next episode, Feather Blusters.
Feather Blusters what?
This episode, not really a good way to get things started.
It's not really all that interesting of a way to get us focused on what's going to happen next. If anything, it just feels like it tried to ditch too much on us at once. The episode just felt like it was trying to throw in everything it could at us without giving us a chance to breathe. Lightning's having problems with his Endercorn abilities. Well, okay, let's see that in that flashback in that dream sequence. The main six have learned how to fly. Okay, let's see that. It just felt like it was throwing so much at us at once. And all that could have been done in the prologue. Hell, the dream sequence could have been done in that prologue. Instead, you used the prologue for something that could have been done in the first episode. All this does is just leave us going, what? This is what happens when you have a big battle in the first episode. It would have been better if we just left off the big battle and used the train sequences in the first episode. There, we could have saved time. it also will give us time to relax and enjoy our new status quo. As it is, we can't really enjoy our new status quo before we had a chance to have another giant rumble with the village Azure. All it does is just make us feel, well, exhausted, and doesn't really give us, the audience, a chance to relax. It doesn't make us feel like there's anything at stake, really. Just another battle.
Oh well, their day at work.
Well, that was one down. I can't guarantee the next few episodes are going to be any shorter, but let's get through this together.